So, the word suede actually comes from the French phrase gloves of Sweden, and I would love to say that phrase to you in French, but the fact is I have a really horrible French accent, so you just have to bear with me that the translation actually is gloves of Sweden. Now the reason why is because the first known use of this material was to make women's gloves, so that's where suede gets its name from. Now suede is actually made from the underside of a lamb skin, so unlike our other materials, it doesn't have that really tough outer edging. So you can see that side by side there with our soft leather, so you can see the difference. Because of this, it means it's not quite as durable as our other leathers, and it means it needs a little bit of love and protection from you when you do design your suede shoes. It's not a mandatory, but we do highly recommend that you do use a protectant on your shoes when you first receive them if you've designed with suede. Now, look for waterproofing agents and something that will just protect the fabric. Definitely check the bottle before you spray it onto the shoes themselves to make sure it's appropriate for suede as well. But you know what? Spray them with a protectant, let your shoes dry, and then spray them again and let them dry, and then your shoes will be safe before you go out and take them on their first wear. So in our range of suede, we have 9 different colors available to you. And in those colors, you know, it's like Italian silk. This particular material really picks up the pigment of dye beautifully, so you get some really rich and vibrant colors. And a great example of that is these. Well, this here is our blue suede. As you can see, it's super vibrant and it's a really simple design, these particular ballet flats here. But because the material is just so bright and because it does have that really beautiful suede texture, it's sort of, you know, a little bit kind of furry, you know, and soft to touch and all that sort of thing, you can actually see that in the material. I think that this design here really is a lot of fun, even though it is so simple. So that's a great example of designing with suede and just keeping it really simple, but making it a lot of fun and something different. Now, another example of using just suede to design with are these shoes here. This is using our dark blue suede, and I've got to tell you, I really am just in love with this material, and the reason is, well, particularly the color. Now, this color here is just a nice step away from black, but it's still a really conservative, or it's probably not the right word, a little bit more classical kind of color to use when you're designing. So great for the office, but just something a little bit different. So in this particular design here as well, it's been used with a 3.5-inch heel and platform and the gather across the front of the peep toe here. This design's been hugely popular with bridesmaids as well, incidentally, but I do think it makes for a really nice, elegant shoe. So that's again just another example of using the suede by itself, but just in a slightly different, more elegant kind of way, I guess. Now, texturally it is difficult to put suede with other materials just because it does have so much personality of its own, but here's a great example of how to do it well. These ballet flats here use the grey suede here in the body of the shoe, and then you can see there's just put a soft pink or very light pink soft leather around the trim of the shoes and in the bow as well. And again, just kept that really simple, not fussy at all. So I think that's a nice use of putting the suede with another texture there, and I think they come out really beautifully. Now, just for a little bit of an edgier example of using the suede with another material, I've got a pair of ankle boots to show you. As you can see through the front and up the sides here, the dominant color or dominant material is the black suede. So keeping it quite simple and, you know, one big color, perfectly fine. But then underneath the slashes here at the back, the feature is the floral soft leather snake imprint. And I think that this is a really nice way to feature something that's a little bit different, a little bit edgy, perfectly on trend with all the florals that we saw come out in the last couple of seasons. And just a nice way again of pairing the suede with another texture, but really letting the suede be the dominant aspect of the shoes and really letting it do its thing. Anyway, so there are a couple of ideas on how to design with suede. I really hope that you enjoy designing.